You run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run me. So can you run for my money? Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely. Just lovely. I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Me just love me. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. Hold up, we gon' function. No assumptions. Feeling like Tyson with it. Look at how Tyson with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah, only for life, yeah, only for life. Let's get it. Hit that shoulder, me. I know what coming over me. Next stroke overseas. I know what you need. Already on 10, all money come in. I'm feeling go out. This feeling don't drought. This party won't end. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, got nothing. There's nobody, no one that run me.
Y'all know that's classic right there. But welcome to another episode 29. For my Chiefs fans out there, the episode Eric Berry 29. For my Ram fans in LA, baby, representing episode Eric Dickerson. I am here with you, Mykell Mathieu, with the Mykell Mathieu Show. You are part of the journey as I take my steps to eventually secure my spot there on Hollywood Boulevard and gaining my Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. I can't wait for the day. You're going to be a part of it. I told you before, it's going to be a barbecue, a neighborhood cookout, and it's going to be fun time. So I thank you guys for tuning in. This show, if you're new to it, this is the show to you're going to hear all of your favorite sports takes. I'm going to talk about what's hot, social media world, sports, entertainment, all of that good stuff. You get it here with the Mykell Mathieu Show. So let's get right into it. Week 3 of the NFL is not done yet. We got a big one coming up. That's why I'm hopping on at this time. The Detroit Lions visiting Baltimore in a Super Bowl preview, possibly. I said it on Friday. It's going to be fireworks. I got the Ravens. They're at home. I think they're going to protect home. It's Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and primetime football. I can't see them losing this game. Detroit is going to fight. It's going to be a lot of points scored. I would say I need Jahmyr Gibbs to go off, but I already won my fantasy game. Shout out to, Chiefs defense and others who helped me pick up this victory. But it's going to be a fun game tonight. Two teams that I can possibly see as Final Four contenders when it comes to the end of the season here. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see it. Kyle Hamilton, him match up against Laporta. It's going to be some good football. So I can't wait to tap in. I know y'all ready for it. Ravens, Detroit Lions. I got the Ravens. Y'all tell me what's good. Remember, you can always hit me up. For everybody that's tapping in Facebook, X, TikTok. Remember, you can go to YouTube, Tha Misfits Live. Let me put that MF up there. When I say MF, it ain't a bad word, y'all. So please forgive me. But, Tha Misfits Live is where you can tap in, comment, and let me know what you think about my picks. Do I know what I'm talking about if I'm talking nonsense? But I know I'm good at this, so I know what I'm doing. So let's talk about what we saw when it comes to some of the games in week 3 so far. I talked about on Friday, the Eagles. They made me a believer because they were getting smacked up. Let me tell you how this worked. I was watching it. It was 26-7, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the Eagles are the bums that I've said they would be. I don't trust Jalen Hurts to throw the ball worth a damn, but he proved me wrong. I went to church, said, man, this game is a wrap. Maybe I need to go pray for the Eagles. And maybe the prayer did work because the Eagles came back and they stole the game from the Rams, who looked like the team of the NFC with the way that they were playing. But Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, they found a way to make it happen. And shout out to them because they stayed resilient all the way to the end. When it looked like the Rams drove down to get a field goal to win the game, they blocked Josh Cordy, and man, Jordan Davis takes that thing back to the end zone for games. So shout out to the Eagles, the ways of a champion. I remember who was that? The former coach of the Rockets. I can't think of his name right now for some odd reason. But Top Donovich, he said it. Hey, the heart of a champion is a certain way, and the Eagles clearly showed a heart of a champion with the way that they were able to pull off that victory when they looked dead. They were getting the boos by the crowd. It looked tough out there, but they found a way to make it happen, winning 33-26. And that's why the Eagles are dangerous. Both ways, as a fan and as someone who roots against them, they're dangerous because they could come up out of there and give you a dud and look stuck in the mud and you can shut them down, or they can find a way to get the passing game going and make it really tough because the defense is really good. But man, just big time plays by the Eagles. You got to give them respect. They made it happen. And, with that block, they pick up the victory. And now they sit at 3-0. All this talk, I was talking about the Rams and all the Packers. I'm going to talk about them in a second, too. The Eagles are still the class of the NFC with that big-time win. And they haven't even got Saquon Barkley really going. Saquon is kind of in a tough spot because teams are so focused on him. It's going to be up to Jalen Hurts for this team to be as successful as they want to be. And, can he do it? That's the question. But he took them to 2 Super Bowls. He won the Super Bowl last year. You have to, I guess, believe in it. But they got 2 blocked field goals in the fourth quarter, and the last one sealed the game and even added points. So shout out to the Eagles for that big-time win. Making it happen, man. But I still got to talk about this because the tush push continues to irk my nerves. Once again, we saw a false start that wasn't called that led to a touchdown. And it happened a couple times. That right guard is looking like a gorilla out there the way that he's jumping before the ball is even snapped. So the NFL has to figure it out, and maybe it might start happening because we saw in the Saints game, they tried to tush push. They called a false start. They had to eventually punt that ball. But it wasn't just that with the tush push. It's not just the fact that the center is lined off, in the neutral zone. It's not just the fact that the guy jumps offside, but they blow the play dead so fast. There was a play there in that Rams game where Jalen Hurts barely got the first down. His body was still moving a little forward, and them Rams were smart. They start stripping at that ball, and I believe it was Jared Verse ripped it out of his hands, but the whistle was already blown so fast. So I'm like, if you're going to allow this play to be played, you need to call it the right way. Call false start, call neutral zone infraction on the offense. And if the guy is still being pushed forward and somebody rips that ball out, that is a fumble. Don't blow the play. It's like when they get the first down, they blow the play dead, like they just crossed the end zone, where that shouldn't be happening. So the tush push looks like it's going to be a problem the rest of the season. Hopefully it is enough so that next year we can see a way with this play, because it is not football and it is cheating the game. But shout out to the Eagles. They got the win. They're going to keep using the tush push. Like I said, if you played Madden before in your life or still play it, you know those guys who always found those little glitches, what we call them in the gaming world when it comes to Madden, who use an A-gap blitz or a corner blitz that was nearly unblockable, or a play that they just kept hurrying up offense. They're going to keep doing that play that we consider cheating until it's taken away or people just consistently stop it. So we're going to see. But shout out to the Eagles. Big win. Hey, they're still the class of the NFC, baby. Then I got to talk about Sunday night, baby. The Chiefs. I said, hey, will they pick up their first win of the season? And they made it happen, led by that defense, man. That's why I'm confident that the Chiefs will bounce back and make another push towards the playoffs, and even in the playoffs. That defense is so tough. Like, the pass rush was getting a little juice last night after the Giants scored 37 against the Cowboys, even though I know that defense is full of scrubs, but the Chiefs still shut down the Giants to only 9 points, pressuring Russell Wilson, getting 2 interceptions. That secondary is insane, especially how they're playing now. We already know about the linebacking core with Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, and Leo Chenal. Man, the Chiefs defense means business, and it is going to allow them to take that time to get their offense together, because clearly they got to figure some things out, because the struggles offensively are crazy. The O-line has to be better, especially at right tackle. If Jawan Taylor ain't doing it, Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, we need to move on to Jalen Moore as far as the Chiefs, because Jawan Taylor gets penalties. He isn't the best sometimes when it comes to blocking one-on-one. So something has to be done if they want to get it right. But it's going to take some time, because things can change once you get Xavier Worthy healthy, which it looks like he's going to be playing this week, which is great for the Chiefs. And then eventually Rashee Rice comes back, and he is going to be their number one guy that's catching a lot of the routes that Kelsey killed people with for years. You saw it his rookie year. You saw what he was starting to do in year 2. So the offense is going to get better. But once again, I want to see more from the running game, even though Pacheco, he averaged 4.5 yards a carry. They were able to run for 100 yards, which was really good. But I want to see more from it. Hell, I wish they would get a ball to Bashard Smith a little more. The guy is a speedster. He has a chance to break away, but they have to give him opportunities. But it all starts. Of course, the defense is going to get its love. Offense got to get itself right. But it's Patrick Mahomes, man. A play that helped the Chiefs was just a hustle play. And once you see your guy, the best quarterback in the league, possibly the best player in the league, and he goes out, he throws a backwards pass to Isaiah Pacheco, who was doing I don't know what, but he goes and chases that guy down, strips the ball from him to make sure his team keeps it. And it was huge, because you go down 13-6 in that game early on, things might have changed out, turned out different. But the fact that he did something like that, even Coach Andy Reid said it today in the presser, it lit a spark in the team and the offense to say, hey, we need to get our act together. Look at our general and how he's going out there playing. So that's what you want from your leader. A lot of times you see something like happen like that, the quarterback doesn't even chase. But Pat Mahomes said, damn it, I'm tired of this. I'm going to go get this ball back for myself, and we're going to figure something out. And that's what they did in the second half. Tywan Thornton, who is a big steal from the Patriots, former second-round speedster, who has found a home. He's taking that Justin Watson role and maybe even taking it to another level, getting a touchdown catch, then a big catch at the end with a great grab to help the Chiefs put it away. So the Chiefs are slowly trying to put things together. I was really excited on what I saw in the second half, but now they're going to have to do it against a tough Ravens team on Sunday at home. So we'll see what happened there. But as long as you got number 15, as long as that defense is playing how they're playing, I believe the Chiefs are going to figure it out and be all right. You see the show is called The Chiefs Back, the Pack Crack, and LA might win it all. Let's get to those Packers, baby, because I've been bigging them up and talking so big about the Green Bay Packers, and they stunk it up on Sunday in Cleveland, which was supposed to be a personal bye week where you show up, get your numbers up, get some big stats, and win big, kind of like the Seahawks did versus the Saints. The Packers offense didn't show up. They struggled. They let the Browns stick around after taking a 10-0 lead, and the Browns stole a win from them. And I know, it's football. Any given Sunday, things can happen. But when you want to prove to the people, to the world, that you are the team to look at, you're like, I know the Eagles are the defending champs. I know the Rams look really good. I know the Buccaneers are balling and look really good. We want to show with Michael Parsons we mean business. You can't be losing to the Cleveland Browns. So disappointing loss for the Green Bay Packers, but to be great. People don't understand that week by week greatness is so tough. That's why you have to give major kudos to the teams that do it. That's why you give major praise and kudos to a team like the Chiefs who are able to make it to 3 straight Super Bowls, because it's tough to be great week after week, year after year. And the Green Bay Packers found that out when when it came to their matchup with the Cleveland Browns. Just to run through the rest of it all before I go to this Charger game, because hell of a win by them. The Bengals, I got it wrong. I thought Jake Browning was going to do something. I was totally wrong. I should have picked Carson Wentz. Vikings smacked them up. I picked the Steelers. They pulled out a win, a tough one against the Patriots. Patriots going to be tough, but you're going to be able to beat them, I've learned. So we're going to see with that. Colts, Titans. Hey, I have killed Daniel Jones for a long time. That man, Daniel Jones, means business. I guess it was the Giants. You get him with a franchise that got some type of umph about them, and he becomes triumphant. And he is playing some great football. Of course, Josh Allen is up there. Daniel Jones. Who else? Maybe a Lamar, like certain guys at the early MVP race. I know it's too early, but hey, if Daniel Jones can keep it up, look out for the Colts. But they win 41-20. The Jaguars play really good defense, and they slowed down C.J. Stroud. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Texans, but they have to get their act together. The Panthers. I told everybody, I said the Panthers going to win this week, man, and they did 30-0. Smacking up the Falcons. What's going on, Michael Penix? I shout out the Bucks getting a big-time victory. They got the best jerseys. Them orange sickle jerseys, nobody's touching. I love the Chargers, but the orange sickle jerseys with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, nobody is near that. The Seahawks, of course, they destroyed the Saints. The Saints might get the first pick. They're just that bad. The 49ers continue to win, but they continue to lose players. If you don't know, Nick Bosa is now out for the year. That's another piece that's out for them, and especially on that defense. I don't know how they're going to keep it up, but they continue to win as they were able to hold off the Cardinals. And Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't know what happened to your Jordan juice or drink that you had in college. You need to start drinking that in the NFL because you are stinking it up. A couple touchdown passes he dropped this past week. A lot of people were saying you were generational. That's why being generational is not only being drafted high, it's being great as well. Because some guys are just really good in college, but they stink when it comes to the pros. And so far, that's how he's looking. Get your act together, Marvin Harrison Jr. The Bears pick up a big win. 31-14. I believe I chose the Bears because they were at home, and I knew with that team and that defense the Cowboys got, Caleb Williams was going to be able to go crazy, and he did exactly that. Caleb can show you some things. As long as he do the simple things, Caleb is going to be special. So let's see if he can keep it up. But big win for them, and of course, you know, the Chiefs finish it out. But big one tonight. I can't wait to see it, but I can't leave without talking about LA's other team, and that's the Los Angeles Superchargers. The Chargers pick up a big win coming back. They scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. Herbert with an amazing throw, finding Keenan Allen in the back of the end zone to get them get them tied up, and then Dicker, the kicker, Cameron Dicker, with the game-winning field goal kick. And y'all know how I feel about the Chargers. I'm like, whenever you believe in them, that's when they fall short. And just remember, guys, I know we want to jump on this bandwagon, and I can see a little bit. If Herbert can be that guy, that defense can be great. Amarion Hampton can run that ball. It sucks they lost Najee Harris to an Achilles. It's really tough, but I like the rookie. I like the weapons and how they're playing. But with the Chargers is, can they keep it up? Because I've seen plenty of years where the Chargers look great for a while, and then they find out a way to stink it up and they fall apart. I remember a year not too long ago when they were 4-1 and the Chiefs were struggling early in the year, and it looked like they were going to run away with the division, but it didn't happen. They went from 4-1 to 4-3. The Chiefs sat at 3-4. They played in Mexico. The Chiefs beat them, and the Chargers just fell apart. So we have to see longevity from this team for us to fully believe it. But what we're seeing so far is really good, and it's all we can base these teams off of what they're doing right now. And the way that they can pass the ball with Quentin Johnston stepping up and being a true threat. Teams have found a way to make it tough for Ladd McConkey. So it's going to be on Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston to break through and ball out, and they've been doing exactly that. Derwin James and that defense has looked special like they were last year. Like, this Charger team is going to be a problem. You can't book them yet for the AFC West because we know that the Chiefs can get historically hot. So you got to look out for that. And the Chargers can get historically bad in the short streak. But man, they look amazing playing some good football. And I told a lot of people came in this year talking about Bo Nix. The Chiefs might be third or fourth place in the division. The Raiders stink, got blown out by the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. And the Broncos, that offense, I never trusted Bo Nix. I don't see the arm talent. I just thought that Sean Payton coached a hell of a year last year to help him, and that defense was special, but I don't see it with him, and that's exactly what I saw yesterday. I just don't see a guy that I could trust in to go and win the division or do anything big like that. He can still prove me wrong as always, but I don't see it. But this Charger team, they are for real, and they mean business. Let's see if they can keep it up, because you got the Chiefs, who I think gonna figure it out and be great as always. You got Buffalo, you got the Ravens, and other than those three teams, maybe the Colts, but I don't know how long they can keep that going. But if the Chargers can be right there with that 14, they're going to be a problem. So let's see what happens with them. But that's it for my NFL talk. Let's keep it on the football field. Now, I just want to talk about, not too much, I want to talk about the USC Trojans, who look really, really good. I was in the building at the Coliseum, and I'm going to say it once again. You have media members falling asleep, damn it. 8 p.m. game is way too late. It should not be any 8 p.m. football game. We got out of there about 12:15, almost 12:30. It was ridiculous. So I hope we don't ever see that, but I do hope that we continue to see this USC offense look the way that they are looking. USC is playing some great football. I told you on Friday, I love their team speed, especially on offense. Running backs can fly. Wayman Jordan is shifty, is a power back, and he can fly. Eli Sanders is just a speedster like Jamal Charles before him. Of course, Mykell Lemon is a problem, looking a lot like Amon-Ra, who is going to be playing tonight. And, they got Lake McCree. Like, they have a lot of talent on offense. But for any Chip Kelly's offense, which I think this is one of the ones that looks like the offense he wants for USC with the speed at running back, you need your quarterback to ball. And that's exactly what's happening. Jaden Mayava. Remember that name, guys. Even if you're on the East Coast and you tap it in, remember Jaden Mayava of USC. He is starting very Caleb Williams-like to his season. This is Caleb Williams after 4 games in 2022 when he won the Heisman. 1,054 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Jaden Mayava, 1,223 yards, 9 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. This guy means business, and he's perfectly suited in a Lincoln Riley offense. He's just playing a quarterback. He's being a PG out there. He's not doing too much. He's not doing these spectacular falling away throws, going right, going left. He is just playing the quarterback position the way it's supposed to be played, especially in modern football where you use your legs some as well. And that offense is humming, and they did some great things against Michigan State. Michigan State tried to make a comeback in that 45-31 game after, some mistakes on defense by USC. But that offense is dangerous, and they're going to be tough to deal with. And the defense is not bad. They just have to fix the issues in the secondary. The safety play can be spotty. The cornerbacks get burnt. They don't read the reads right to where they leave guys wide open. That could be a cause of concern that leads this team to fall off a cliff. But as of right now, how this offense is playing, they have a chance to be dangerous. They got a big matchup, probably their biggest in the season so far. They traveling to Illinois, who did just get smacked up by Indiana. Like, you talking about BTA with all of it capped. That's what we saw there with the Hoosiers, who look great for the second straight season. It looks like them and Ohio State are the class of the Big Ten right now, along with Oregon as well. Like, that would be the big 3, with SC trying to creep up in there as well. But it's going to be a big test. USC at Illinois, and let's see if they're ready. But what I saw on Saturday, that looks like a team that's going to be dangerous, and I can't wait to see more of it. And I'm gonna talk more about the games coming up this week in college football and the NFL on Friday. So make sure you tap in on Friday as well. Thank you for everybody that's tapping in. I appreciate the love. I know y'all getting ready for Monday Night Football because I am getting ready for it too, baby. But keeping it college football, just one last thing. Arch Manning playing with a little bit of swag, baby. And I love to see it. He needs to get into that bag so he can get back to people talking about him once again, because we done seen some duds from Arch Manning. Like I told you, I'm off the bandwagon, but now they got me at least hanging around the bus stop just to see if I need to hop back on there, because he did some great things this past Saturday. I know it was against Sam Houston State, which isn't great, but you just want to get that confidence flowing. You just want to to make these plays so that you start believing in yourself, more importantly, which will lead into greater play and others start believing into what you're doing. So I know people are complaining, man, why is he walking up on guys and flexing, doing all that against these scrubs? You got to play with swag every time you play, no matter who you playing against. And I love to see that from Arch, and I hope to see more of it, because his team still has a chance to do some things special this year, but it's going to be on him being great. And I know I go on X and I argue with people back and forth about a lot of things, and they try to tell me the quarterback ain't the most important position. It shouldn't be judged by win-loss as a team thing like they do with the best players in basketball. Damn it, the quarterback position is a key reason why you win or lose. It is the most important position in football. And when your quarterback is balling, it gives you a great chance to beat anybody that you play. So let's see if Arch Manning can get back into that bag and possibly make a run with his team. And maybe, just maybe, I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe find his way back into the Heisman talk conversations. So that's it for the gridiron. Let's get to the hardwood. The WNBA, the playoffs. They are going up. We in the Final Four, and they have started. And it started with game one of Fever. Still game one from the Aces, 89-73. And I'm going to be honest. The Aces showed up like, hey, we got a scrimmage against the JV today. Let's just show up. We know we're going to take care of business. And the JV team came out and just worked them and outworked them and made more shots. And next thing you know, you look up and say, damn, we really lost to them. We all heard about the story with the Dream Team, how they lost to, the select team, because they were like, oh, these young guys ain't nothing. But once they really played again, the Dream Team smacked them up. So I expect that, but we're going to see, because Kelsey Mitchell, she is slowly becoming my favorite player in the WNBA. Little guard, handles, jump shot, get to the rack, talk smack. She does everything that I like to see from a star guard player. And I know that Caitlin Clark ain't there, but she like, we don't need Caitlin Clark. I got this. Her, Aaliyah Boston, and others are doing some amazing things. And who would have known, man? Like, this is crazy. Like, you lose Caitlin Clark, you lose Ari McDonald, Sophie Cunningham, and so many more. And they proved to be resilient, and they are just a good team. That's why earlier in the year, when they started off on fire, I was like, hey, they're going to be in the Final Four and have a chance to win a championship. But I would have never expected this after all the injuries, but they continue to play. So let's see what they're going to do tomorrow in game two. And for the Aces, they just got to get themselves right. 4-time MVP, Asia Wilson. She had 16 and 13 rebounds, but she was only 6 for 22. It's tough with dealing with Aaliyah Boston. After covering the Sparks and seeing them a few times, she's just a big physical body that's going to take a toll on you. But I expect the MVP to come back. I don't think they're going to take this team for granted, and they're going to find a way to win game two. And then with the second game in the WNBA playoffs in the Final Four, the Lynx, they dominate game one, 82-69. They went back and forth in the first half, but the second half, defense. LA Sparks, I hope y'all listening and tapping into this show, not just LA Sparks Weekly, but tapping in to the Mykell Mathieu Show, because I'm telling y'all need defense to win, and the Lynx are a team that proved that. They just come out and they defend, and they only allowed 22 points in the second half to the Mercury, and the Mercury got talent. They only shot 41% from the field, and most of that was from the non-star players. They did a hell of a job on the Mercury, and the Mercury looked like, if Satu is not super special and Alyssa Thomas isn't getting triple doubles, they can't find a way to win. But the Lynx are a team's team. They're going to play great defense. They're going to have multiple players putting in double figures. You had Courtney Williams with 23, Kayla McBride 21, Nafisha Collier with 18 points to lead the way on that end. They're going to be tough, and that's why, like I said before both series started, I got Aces versus the Lynx. I think the Aces going to get themselves together and figure it out, and I think the Lynx are just too much, and they're going to make it happen. Once again, I want to shout out to everybody that's tuning in to Mykell Mathieu Show with yours truly, Mykell Mathieu, the next king of LA. I hope y'all ready for it. Like I said, you're part of this journey as I get closer to securing my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I just talked about WNBA, NFL, college basketball, but there's actually some NBA news, and it's not the greatest. The Rockets, they take a huge blow to one of the teams that a lot of people looked at as possibly a favorite. They lose Fred VanVleet to a torn ACL. VanVleet, 31 years old, suffered the injury during a team minicamp in the Bahamas and is scheduled for surgery this week. And if you don't know, some of these teams, before they get together in training camp, the teams that really want to win and be good, they're like, hey, yo, we need to meet up somewhere all together, go find a gym that we can do our own thing. Kind of like in football, Patrick Mahomes, he gets together in Texas, he gets his receivers. Let's get this work in before we even get around the team. And man, he was there and he got hurt. And I know everybody's pipe dream is, hey, they need to go and get Russ, Steven Adams, KD. It's a reunion, but it can't happen, man. Like, the numbers just don't make it possible for it to happen. Let me tell you why. They cannot sign more minimum guys without trading away salary. They got like 1.5 million remaining. They cannot use a disabled player exception because it would take them over the first apron, and don't nobody want to get into that second apron. They cannot trade Adams, Fred, Capella, Dorian Finney, Jabari, Okogie, Tate, Aaron Holiday, or Jeff Green until December 15th. The only possible way of acquiring a point guard would be trading Ahmad Thompson, which is not going to happen. Reed Shepherd, I don't think they're going to trade him because, he might be the guy to take over the spot for Fred VanVleet. Sengun, KD, or Terry Eason. So to sum it up, they're not going to get a point guard anytime soon. Like, they're going to have to wait until December 15th. So you're going to see a lot of Amin Thompson on the ball, which he said this offseason he's been working on that. So I'm excited to see him be able to really take over, off the dribble and be able to play that point guard. But then you take a guy third overall and Reed Shepherd that you don't even play his rookie year. Let's see what he really about. Let's see if he's ready to go because he's very Fred VanVleet light. That if he ball out with Fred being that old, it sucks. He might be the replacement. But he's a guy that can play the pick and roll. He's a knockdown shooter. He's a playmaker. He's a guy that's meant for this role. He was going to get some run this year regardless. But now I could see him playing a lot more minutes at the point. Hell, maybe even starting if they want to kind of keep a similar look and just let that young man learn on the fly while playing with Amin Thompson, Sengun, Jabari Smith, and Kevin Durant on the floor. So it's a big blow, but I think that the Rockets can be okay with Reed Shepherd because if he can come out and he's humming and he gets confidence early and he's balling out, man, it takes the Rockets to a whole nother level. But man, it is crazy that this injury happened. And man, it is crazy that KD is a part of another team that's dealing with some nonsense. Is there a KD curse? Y'all got to let me know out there. Is there a KD curse? Remember, you can always comment the Misfits live on YouTube. Is there a KD curse? Because 2019, he had his Achilles. 2020, his recovery. 2021, Kyrie, James Harden get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That they would have went to the finals and probably been a favorite over Phoenix if they make it. The 2022, the vaccine situation with Kyrie, James Harden gets traded. Simmons can't play because of his back. 2023, go to the Suns. CP3 gets hurt. 2024, he's playing with an injury. It doesn't work out. 2025, the Bradley Beal situation, and now VanVleet. I don't know. They said it might be a KD curse out there. I don't want to believe it. They still have a chance to prove people wrong. But man, things are looking very sus right now for the Kevin Durant curse, which might be a thing. So let's see what happens. And then my final thing when it comes to sports, TMZ Sports, they be outside. They might catch your favorite player or athlete slipping. And they ran into Lakers legend, Morningside High legend as well, Byron Scott. And he stated exactly what I believe and I have been saying for the longest. Unless LeBron James pulls off another championship or two, there should not be any talks of a LeBron James statue here with the Lakers. He just didn't do enough. He didn't win enough, and the standards are different. This isn't the Miami Heat. This isn't the Cavaliers to where we just honored to have a LeBron James statue. There's standards that's already been set for the Lakers. Either you have to be a lifer, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, right? Or you have to win 3 or more championships. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he played for the Milwaukee Bucks, came and won 5 rings with the Lakers. Get that man a statue. Shaquille O'Neal, he won 1 other title anywhere else. His career is known for his 3 in LA. Get that man a statue. And people like Elgin Baylor didn't win anything. The man played for the Lakers the entire time. He was a big piece of them moving from Minneapolis to LA alongside Jerry West. They played in a bunch of finals. They just lost because they went against a tough Celtics team or Willis Reed and Walt Frazier's New York Knicks. But for you to have a statue for the Los Angeles Lakers, you have to be a lifer or you have to have 3 or more championships won as the guy or a 1B, 1A, or 1A, 1B type situation. And LeBron James, I know that he's like a top leading scorer for the Lakers. I know that he got the record with the Lakers. He got the All-NBAs. He got the All-Stars. But this is not the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the greatest sports teams to ever be created. So the legends are to a certain level with the purple and gold on their back. When you think of LeBron James, you're not going to think about his career as a Laker. You're going to think about, first of all, Cleveland, and secondary, the Heatles. And it might be a reverse. You might think Heatles first and then Cleveland. The Lakers will always be third when it comes to teams with LeBron James. That's why I don't believe that man deserves a statue with the Lakers, because you need to be a lifer or you need to have 3 or more championships, and he don't have either of them. So it's going to take Luka some work. I expect Luka to be a great, great Laker, but it's going to take him some work to get a statue because – man, the standards are set so high for this Laker team. It's tough. LeBron James, your name will be in the rafters forever. Pick a jersey number, whichever one you want to throw up there. The rafters is going to have your jersey in it. But a statue in front of the Crypto.com arena, which people still call the Staples, baby. That's from the city, excuse me. But he don't deserve a statue. But let's get up out of here because the football game is about to get cracking. But before we go, entertainment-wise, this Wednesday for my Marvel fans, you see the shirt, X-Men. If you haven't checked out the latest X-Men cartoon series, go and check it out. It's fire. But Marvel Zombies is this Wednesday. It's going to be all 4 episodes dropping on that day, similar to what the Wakanda show is. If you don't know what's going on, go watch the What If series, season 1. They had an episode called Zombies. That is the prelude that is going to prepare you for what you're going to see on Wednesday. And I'm excited for anything Marvel, DC at this point. I just want to see if it's going to stink or be great. So I can't wait to see Marvel Zombies because I think they're going to get this right. And my final thing, shout out to Cardi B with the success of her album. I know it's already platinum. She added 2 singles that were huge, so that helps with the RIAA. But I think she's actually selling about 100 to 200,000 albums first week, which is cool. I don't even care about none of that. I care about the bars and if the music sound good. And I'm gonna be honest to you, I'm not going to go and listen to that because that's just not my speed. But the only thing I have to talk about, because people were mad at Joe Budden. Hell, I had Cardi B fans still commenting me on X because I said, man, it's hard to respect raps of someone that you don't even know if they wrote it. And people are coming out saying Cardi writes her raps. I need to see something. I need to see her make a song, or damn it, let me go to the booth studio to check it out, because when you get a rap of people writing your raps, it's hard to flush that out of your mind. And that's exactly what you have with Cardi B. Just like, as a Drake fan, I tell the Drake stands all the time, like, hey, even with Drake, it'd be tough because there's too many instances of hearing people writing his 16s. I don't care if they help you write a song. Somebody give you a line, somebody write a hook for you, somebody write a melody. That's cool. But when it comes to the integrity of your 16s, that should be your thoughts. That's your rap. When I'm listening to it, I'm thinking like, man, how did he come up with this? Like, is this going on with his life? This is crazy. So when you find out, as I got older, Dr. Dre didn't write his raps, it made me feel a certain way. When I found out Kanye didn't write all his raps, it made me feel a certain way. Once the whole Meek and Drake situation happened, and then you got Vori years later, it makes you feel a certain way because it's the respect of the pen for you to be able to write these fire 16s. The greatest of greatest rappers all time needed people to help them write songs. Look at Biggie. That's why Diddy was so big in his career, because he needed that push. But when it came to them 16s, Diddy wasn't touching none of that. Big was just showing you I'm crazy with it. So if people will help you with your songs, cool. Give them their writer credits, that's solid. But I cannot fully tap in and respect your pen if I don't even know it's you. And Cardi got a few songs that I did hear that people post online that I'm like, it's dope, but like, is this really her bars? Can I really be like, man, she's a spitter. Like, she's crazy, She got to show something. I don't know how she can do it. Maybe that's just me being, too much of a hip-hop head, and maybe the game is different, but I'm always respect people's pen that write their own 16s because it lets me know this is your thoughts, this is your talent, and you're giving it to the world. Remember, guys, free speech matters. That's why I'm on here talking my stuff, talking my spat. Whether people love it or hate it, this is me. That's why it's called the Mykell Mathieu Show, and we have to protect our freedom to speak because words, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes, words can get you in trouble because you say the wrong thing can lead to something happen, but you can shoot somebody with a gun instantly and they die. I can't say no words and somebody instantly died, so let's make sure we respect our freedoms. Hey, make sure y'all tap in later tonight after Monday Night Football. We got the Misfits live. Me and my guy Elam. Now I get to talk smack to him. My Chiefs got the dub, baby. We're going to talk even more in depth about USC because we were both in the building. And then we're going to talk about this beautiful and great Monday Night Football game. So let's get to it. I thank everybody for tapping in and joining me. I am back Friday. Remember the new days. No more Wednesday. Just Monday and Friday. So I'll be back Friday to get you ready for the next week 4, to get you ready for week 6 of college football. It's going by so fast. And then whatever else craziness that goes on. But I thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. Remember, share, like, follow, subscribe. Social media, you see it right there. Follow me at Mykell the PG. The Mykell Mathieu Show. You can see me on Facebook as well. The love is appreciated. The love is needed. And I thank you guys. Check out the store because this is what it's going to look like many years from now, or a couple years from now, probably. But this is how it's going to be. And you just know you are a part of the journey. Catch you guys Friday.
So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. Just love. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.